Hello, everyone. Welcome to Weekend Conversations. Now, last week was not a great week for all of us, and we had very unfortunate incidents. And at best, what we can do is we can express our, sympathies, condolences to the families affected. And as Honorable LG of Jammu and Kashmir in his address at IUST's Foundation Day said that while administration police is doing its own work, we as society also need to contribute and collaborate in maintaining peace and progressing and working towards a peaceful society. Now, as I said, I was also attending this, IUST's Foundation Day week-long celebration. So I participated in the Industry Academia Conclave. And now there were a series of discussions. Now I participated personally in a discussion which was on what can be done to revive tourism sector in J&K. And I put up some suggestions from how startups can contribute, what can be done on marketing side, and what can be done also from technology point of view. Well, that's not my topic. My topic is, industry academia collaboration. I have, seen this space personally very closely for over 13, 14 years and seen many things changing both on the industry side as well as the academia side. First, I will, talk about some of the challenges which I have seen, why things don't work, why things don't progress well, and what kind of hinders a collaboration between industry and academia. Well, there could be many reasons, but I think, broadly a couple of reasons which I have been able to figure out. One is, of course, the energy and pace. In corporate world, you need a different kind of energy and pace to be in. Uh, every minute, every hour, something changes, priorities change. And if you got to really excel and I would say collaborate with the corporate world, you have to show that kind of energy. Now, in academia, which is mostly you know government driven or has more of a government kind of I would say setup, they have a different kind of pace and energy, which many a times does not match. And I personally seen that many such possible collaborations could not work only because of this reason. The second reason, which I have seen as a common theme, is a reluctance to collaborate. This reluctance I have seen mostly on the academia side, less on corporate side. Yes, corporate world also has its own, I'd say, contours of engagement. For instance, I've seen many MNCs not really willing to go beyond, say, prestigious institutions like IIMs and IITs. They don't want to collaborate beyond that. There is a business reason also because, yes, CSR, what we say, corporate social responsibility, should be for social good. But in reality, no company does it just for social good. They also think of the marketing angle and what they are gaining out of it. By collaborating with IITs and IIMs, they just not only gain, of course, collaboration with an institution of eminence, but all this also works in their people branding, because eventually a lot of talent is acquired from these institutions only by these MNCs. So yes, those hindrances are there, but if I look across and kind of try to analyze a lot of collaborations which I was part of or preview of, and they did not work out. These are the two main reasons. There has been reluctance or the energy levels didn't match. But a lot has changed. And I would like to mention here about, for instance, IUSD. I'm also seeing some change in Kashmir University. I am seeing some development in NIT Srinagar. Then I'm also hearing about Shri Mata Vaishno Devi University. So, a lot of such institutions are really doing uh, unconventional things. They are really, stepping up. They are moving forward. They're really willing to do, I would say, out of box things to come closer to corporate industry, and they understand the value that industry academia collaboration can bring about. So that's really good. Now, I'm giving here examples of universities across Jammu and Kashmir, but I think it is in many other universities things are changing, and that openness to collaborate and understanding the value of collaboration is there now, and so is the willingness from corporate. They are also now thinking of going beyond IITs and IIMs and working with other universities and colleges out there. So let me try to bring about some points which I see are changing. Earlier in 20, say 12, 13, 14, if you would talk to any university, hey, what kind of engagement are you exploring with the corporate world? There were primarily two reasons, two answers, beyond, of course, placements. One was, can we get some CSR support from them? We want some money from them. Or at best, can there be a guest lecture? Someone can come on and, deliver a guest lecture. Now, when you talk today, things are completely different. Today, in universities want to co-create. They want to co-create facilities. They want to co-create resources which go beyond CSR. They want to leverage the expertise that industry has to offer. They want to leverage the networking that industry has to offer. They want to leverage the business acumen that industry has to offer. They want to leverage the technology that business or industry already has. It's not just now, okay, give me some money and then I'll take care of it, and honestly let the industry or the business house which gives that money under CSR really doesn't bother about it. Today industry, academia is wanting to create purposeful things, create meaningful things, and see how their students get benefited. Earlier, I think it was just a tick mark on a checklist that they wanted, that, okay, there is some sort of collaboration. We are getting some CSR fund. We can set up some, you know, uh, building block or maybe some other facility. But that was what was in the past. Today, it's not that. I think industry and academia, especially industry, academia has understood that we are the suppliers of human capital, and industry is the consumer of human capital. So, as much as they are on the same page, as much as there is collaboration and mutual understanding between the two ecosystems, the gap between demand and supply, quality, I'm not talking about quantity, the gap between demand and supply expectations will gradually, reduce and maybe eventually vanish off. That would be an ideal state, by the way. Okay, let that not be the case. I think the gap will remain there. But these channels, opening up of these channels is really, really something interesting to see. Today, the academia understands that the kind of technology progress, the kind of technology knowledge, the kind of technology know-how, the level of business acumen, uh, the art of commercializing innovation that businesses have. That is what academia needs. And at the same time, businesses also understand that even if we are global, academia can play a big role in localizing our business ventures, not just from the point of view of maybe uh, you know localizing technologies or localizing innovation, but also from the point of view of localizing the knowledge bank of the businesses. Every business house, every corporate has its own knowledge house or knowledge bank, and if you don't have local understanding of local elements into it, understanding of consumers, understanding of behavior, understanding of markets, you won't really be able to add a lot of domestic value into it, and that's what can come from academia. Academia keeps on doing research. Academia is, the academia has that mind of or bent of mind of research. They are open to research. These professors, be it in different domains of technology, marketing, or any other domain for that matter, they have the deep understanding. They understand how to execute a research, and that is a great collaboration that is happening out there. Then come on to the other side of startups. Today, a lot of universities understand that our children or we are creating human capital not only for corporates but for startups. Okay, they understand that a startup can contribute a lot more to the economy than maybe an individual who is joining a corporate world. And academia is on that journey. They have invested uh, their resources, their money in developing facilities for entrepreneurship and startups. There are these entrepreneurship cells, incubators housed within most of these universities, and now the NEP also provisions and encourages all the universities at least, and maybe some colleges, to have their own incubation center. The people on the academia front understand that incubators cannot work in isolation. And incubation, even if we go by its literal meaning, is a lab environment of something, of an environment, of an external environment. And what is that external environment? That external environment is industry at the end of the day. That is what a startup will be part of. Okay, so if you're not really very collaborative, you're not very, engaged with the industry, uh, the incubator will not succeed. It will not go anywhere. The startups out there may be having great ideas, will not flourish. The failure rate of startups in such incubators where there is zero, engagement with the industry will be higher. I'm sure we would have some data already. Uh, it needs maybe a thorough research, but if we look at this kind of data, I'm sure we will be able to find some correlation or there that the incubators we have, which have had least of engagement so far with corporate, have had higher failure rates of startups or broader industry, I would say, not just the corporate world. So a lot is possible today. There is openness and willingness in many institutions, academic institutions. Industry is also open. Industry also nowadays wants that, they want to create an impact. Yes, they have CSF funding. They have other, programs going on. Now, I work with technology ecosystem. I'm aware of maybe hundreds of such programs of different companies, which are there to support startups, which promote entrepreneurship, which promote, localization, which promote making products in India. And these products need to be designed in India. Designing can happen in academic, environment in these incubators. So there are hundreds of such programs. Now it's just that we need to create this bridge. We need to and create an active, engaging bridge, uh, not just for you know without any not just for, I would say, photo ops as people commonly call it about. So that's what is really required, and things are changing. My request to academia would be that please continue with this change in your approach and outlook, in your intent to engage with industry. And at the same time, my request with industry would be please look beyond institutions of eminence. You really have a corporate commitment, you have a social commitment, and please, please, please look at engaging beyond corporate or institutions of excellence and eminence within academia. There are hundreds of very promising institutions beyond metros and beyond these IITs and IIMs, where you can create a far significant, uh, impact by collaboration. They are in, I think, more need uh, to collaborate with you, because the kind of exposure, the kind of expertise, the kind of networking you will bring to them, uh, it can be phenomenal for them. It can be symbiotic for them. It can be synergetic for them. For IITs and IIMs, they have a very well-known and well-established alumni network, and it works really well with them. I would say 80-90% of CXOs across the country are associated, have been products of IITs, IIMs. So they are fairly well covered. Now, your responsibility is to go beyond, uh, you know, IITs and IIMs, and collaborate with institutions and universities and colleges beyond these metros. Look for tier two, tier three cities, towns. Look for universities. It could be, maybe top 100, top 150, 200 universities of the country. To begin with, you could collaborate with them. No harm. Yes, you have a right. You have a right to choose partners. You want to partner with academic institutions which are promising. Go for top 100. Go for top 200 to begin with. You will definitely find some merit in collaborating with them. That's what I had to share today in my weekend conversations. Let's work together and collectively in building up a very strong, engaging, and encouraging, industry academia relationship. That's my appeal and request to my friends, colleagues in the industry, that please commit some hours, not days. I would just request a couple of hours in a month for this cause. Open up, collaborate with the industry, academia, and see the kind of magic you will be part of, and you will yourself feel the contribution and the impact of that contribution that you will be making. Wishing you a great weekend and happy times.